Tim McLean was a 22-year-old man born on the 3rd of October 1985 in British Columbia. Tim was working as a carnival worker in the summer and travelled with the carnival all around Canada. However, on the 30th of July 2008, Tim McLean decided to return home to Winnipeg after working at the fair in Edmonton. At 6:55 p.m, he departed from Edmonton on board the Greyhound bus to Winnipeg, which was a 24-hour bus journey. Tim sat towards the back of the bus, one row in front of the toilet. Tim's colleagues offered to pay for his flight home, but he politely declined and took the bus instead, as he didn't really mind. Throughout the journey, the bus would make multiple stops, but on one of the last stops, 17 hours into Tim's bus ride, things would soon take a dark turn. Tim was fast asleep on the bus when it stopped in Erickson, Manitoba, and more passengers got on board the bus. The bus was not too busy, so no one sat next to Tim while he was asleep. A few hours passed and the bus stopped again for a rest stop, so Tim got off the bus to get some food. But when all the passengers reboarded the bus, a man that got on the bus at Erickson, that originally was sat at the front of the bus, picked up his belongings and made his way down the aisle to where Tim was sat, and sat directly next to him. There were enough seats on the bus to not have to sit next to anyone, so this was very strange. But Tim didn't think much of it and soon fell back to sleep. The man that got on the bus and sat next to Tim was a middle-aged looking, tall Chinese man with a shaved head. Whilst Tim was asleep, other passengers witnessed the man rocking back and forth and muttering something in a different language to himself during the bus ride. At about 8:20 p.m, passengers sat nearby saw the man pull out a large hunting knife. The man turned to his right where Tim McLean was peacefully sleeping and began stabbing Tim in the neck and chest. The passengers shouted at the bus driver to stop the bus because someone was being stabbed. Immediately, all the other passengers started screaming and crying in fear and shock. By this time, Tim had woken up and tried to fight back, but the attack only got worse. When the bus pulled over and all of its passengers fled the bus driver immobilised and locked the doors so the bus was unable to be driven. A passing truck driver saw the distraught passengers on the side of the road and pulled over to offer help. The truck driver, bus driver and another man entered the bus to try and help Tim, but it was too late. The men were so shocked by what they were witnessing they froze. 3 men watched in fear as the man began beheading Tim in front of them. After decapitating Tim, the man lifted Tim's head in one hand and the knife in the other and started heading towards the other men. The other men fled the bus and barricaded the door as there was no one else on the bus that the man could hurt. The man, realising he was locked on the bus, then returned to Tim McLean's body and began severing other parts and consuming some of his flesh. At 8:30 p.m, the police received a report of a stabbing on a Greyhound bus. They arrived to find the suspect still on board the bus, being prevented from escaping by the truck driver and bus driver. The other passengers were huddled on the side of the road, with some of them crying and even vomiting. Police, negotiators and a heavily armed tactical unit were in a standoff with the suspect. Police officers observed the man eating parts of the body. Officers reportedly heard the man say, "I have to stay on this bus forever." At 1:30 a.m, the suspect attempted to escape from the bus by breaking through a window and was arrested shortly after. Parts of Tim's body was placed in a plastic bag to be removed from the bus. However, his ear, nose and tongue was found in the man's pocket. Tim's eyes and a part of his heart were never recovered and are presumed to have been eaten by the man. The man was taken to the police station and was identified as Vincent Lee, a 40-year-old Chinese-Canadian man. Vincent Lee was an undiagnosed schizophrenic who heard voices in his head that he believed to be that of God. When on trial, the psychiatrist said that Lee performed the attack because he was hearing voices he believed were from God, telling him to destroy the demons sitting beside him, or he would be killed himself. Vincent told psychiatrists that God wanted him dead. Lee's trial commenced on March 3, 2009, with Lee pleading not criminally responsible on account of mental disorder. This means he accepted that the offence occurred, but he claimed that he was unable to form the necessary mental element The judge accepted the diagnosis and ruled that Lee was not criminally responsible for the killing. Vincent was then remanded to the care of a mental health facility. However, after only serving 6 years, Lee was released in 2015. He legally changed his name to Will Baker, has no criminal record, and currently lives free. One of the officers who responded to the attack suffered severe PTSD from witnessing it, and later took his own life. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.